In today's video, we will be making our tassel and 3 charms using just junk. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie, and we are going to make our tassel and charms out of our junk. We need a tassel and 3 charms. Okay, so we are going to start with our tassel. Let's see. This is our sleeve. And I'm going to cut it because it's not straight here. Okay, we do have a cuff on here as well. Okay, so we'll cut the cuff off. And that gives us this piece right here. And so I think we'll go ahead and start by cutting it right here. We do also have some pieces on the table. I don't think that we'll be using this. Now you could make your tassel from a doily, okay? You could just hang a doily off the edge. That is definitely something that you could do there. Okay, we are going to go with just cutting some strips. I think I want them to be about that big. And we're going to cut several. Okay. We go ahead and get them all started. Okay, so there's that. And I was going to go live today, but I decided that it might be harder to be live than for all of us than for the video to just be here. So hopefully this is going to work and we're going to be able to put this up and everything will be fine. Okay, so the other thing I have is I have some of this onion net. I also have in my box. Okay, so I have some of the Christmas ribbons from packages. Let's see, we have that piece. And then I have this piece here. And I have, remember we cut some pieces off so that I wouldn't get to the end and not have any pieces. And there's my jewelry piece. Okay, I am going to use this. Okay, so this was a necklace. So you can see I used this in the July Just Junk Journal Challenge. So this is what's left of it. There's also a bead up here from it. So I have that I can use. And I have this tag from my new shoes. Okay. There's a piece of chain from the necklace. And then there's a couple of these, but I'm not going to use those for this because I'm saving those for something else. Okay. So, that I also have a couple marbles in there, but I don't know if I'll use those. Now, I also have from Christmas wrapping, I have this. I have a red ribbon. I have, see, this was all tied up on a bow. And so I think it might be kind of cool to have some of the raffia that kind of looks like straw in there. I do have an onion skin paper towel. I don't think we're going to need that color in it, but I did save that. And then I also have an onion skin dryer sheet. This got left in the onion skin water for a couple of days. So we have all of those things. I have a playing card and some other things here. We'll put these up here. Hopefully they won't shadow us too bad. Something fell over here on my card. Okay, we're going to start with the tassel. I'm going to go ahead and pull on this, kind of make it okay, and I think I want this. Okay, it looks like it's going to come undone right here. Okay, so I think that right there will be a good size for a tassel. Okay, so there gives me 2 of those, and I'm going to do 2 separate piles today. Okay, I think we can take the sleeve over here for right now. So next I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of, got so much stuff on the messy desk. I call it the messy desk because it actually is, especially right now. I'm just doing project on top of project on top of project. Yeah, it's like, it's just crazy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this and come down and cut this, and that will give me some for this one. Okay, I need to try and straighten it out. Okay, so you're just you just tell it who's boss. Okay, so let's take our other piece that we have left. Okay, we'll add it here. Okay, so we'll go here. Okay, so that's that pile. Then we can go ahead and add some of our onion skin dyed shirt. So did any of you try the onion skins? Oh my gosh. I got so many different colors of things. I did papers, a variety of different kinds of papers. This is the messy string we're getting out of that. So there's 3 pieces. Okay. If I put this in, it could go in as a short piece so that you get 2 pieces. Okay, short piece, short piece. going to need to cut these off. And we'll cut these off. Okay. So if I take one of these, this is the look I have. If I take, oh, you know what? I do want to add some of this red. Sorry. Okay, we're going to cut that right there. Yeah, I like that red in there. Okay, so we can get an idea of what we've got here. Okay, and we'll be able to cut all these pieces off. Okay, so that is the look. I have I'm going to go with putting it through here. Okay, so I'm going to string it through here. This just happens to be right on my piece of jewelry. So remember, you get to choose one piece of jewelry or a pair of earrings. You know, should be something that you were gonna throw away, or that somebody else threw away, or that's broken. Okay. Okay, so now I've had people ask about what do you put around the outside, and I have twisty ties. So I have a place in my drawer in the kitchen that I save twisty ties. Fun fact, I actually we were on our way to get married. Tom and I just decided to get married, and we decided to get married in Las Vegas. And so we got it. We were on our way, and we were getting ready, and Tom goes, "We don't have rings." And I said, "Oh, that's okay." And he had to go do something before we left. And I went and got my nails, my toes done, because anyway. So he had to go do something, and but I told him, he says, "We don't have rings." And I said, "That's okay, I will make some out of twisty ties." We had just given somebody that was here at the house a toy, and it had a whole bunch of, they weren't this thick, but they were really nice black twisty ties. So I went and made our rings that we actually got married with out of twisty ties. And mine had a really pretty bead on it. And so, yeah, so twisty ties. So there's my twisty tie. Okay, and it's gonna hold that. And then these pieces that are hanging out, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can tame them a little bit. Of course, straw has a mind of its own too, right? Okay, so there's gonna be my tassel. And I think it's perfect for this. You might not be a tassel person. you do, if you're participating in this challenge, you do need to make a tassel. And so you can use your tassel, you can hang it on a purse, and you could make it be a Christmas decoration. Again, it does need to be made with all junk this time for this challenge. And I like tassels on my journals because I hang them, you know, when I put them in the cupboard or on the shelf, I like to, the tassel tells me which one is which from the outside. Okay, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, we're going to go ahead, come down here, and we'll just undo this at this junk ring right here. We'll pull this off and put this back. Okay, so that is my tassel. Now I can go ahead and hang this down and let this put a charm on there, but I think I'm going to go ahead and let this, I don't know, could go ahead and, I mean, there's so many things you can do. Well, we'll see what the charms look like. So, okay, so really quick, I want to show you that you don't have to, if you don't have a ring that is part of your jewelry, then you can make a tassel. Okay. You can make a smaller tassel. And you can go ahead and put a piece of your fabric through it like that. Oh, we might be able to stick that right in there. Wonder if we can cut it down one more time. Wish me luck here. Well, I don't want to waste your time. We'll just stick this in here. Okay. Okay, so we have our pieces. This is our piece that we're gonna use as our hanger. Okay, so there, you can go ahead and just tie that. And you can go ahead and also use fabric and go around. Okay, so just like this. Okay, and you can glue it on there. You'd have isn't that kind of cool? Really rustic. Okay, so again, you can go ahead and use your twisty tie. That's not a twisty tie, that's part of a ticket. Okay, so you can use a twisty tie. You can also well, we need another piece. I should have saved that one piece. Squeaky chair. Mom's squeaky chair. There we go. Okay, so you can also go ahead and tie a bow around this right here. Okay, I didn't tell you had to have like a certain amount of things in your, so it can just even go like that. I mean, very, very simply, just like that, but we're gonna go ahead and put a bow. Okay, so there you go. You've got a bow. Okay, so yes, you can do something like that for your tassel. And then we can pull these through. Okay, so there is the tassel. So next we're going to move on to our charms, and we're going to start with my favorite, which is, I have a Coca-Cola. I thought that that was perfect, actually. This is, this Coca-Cola was from Mexico, actually. And we are going to use the crocodile, I think. We've used it before. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pull. I don't remember how I did it. Oh, maybe. Well, let's look. Let's look, because the book is right here. Okay. So, here's the one I did it before. I put it right there. Okay, so we just go in as far as we can go in. I do want it, the Coca-Cola part to be up. Okay. And put a hole in it. Okay. So there we go. There we go, there we go. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and the sunflower card. Okay, so I have the sunflower card. I think it's really pretty. And go ahead and I think the yellow actually is really going to be pretty on here. Okay, and that will fit right in there. Okay, so now I do need something underneath this because I have, because the hole. So we don't want to end up with stuff all over. So I have my glossy accents. We're still working on that one bottle that's got all the stuff in it from when I had the pen in it. Okay. And here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and make a puddle. Kind of made really a big puddle. I'm going to put my picture in there, press it down. Okay, and then I'm going to come back, and before I go too much further, I'm going to want a hole right there. I'm just going to use this right here. And I'm going to this is how I'm doing it this time. Sometimes I'll put the thing together and then I'll cut the hole after. But this is not going to be dry. Okay, so there, getting my hole. Okay, so I have a little hole. And before we get too much further, let's go ahead and we're going to put this piece of chain on there. I hope. See, this is all a little different than, because I can only use the trash. Okay, so we're gonna go through and hope we can get, oh, darn. We lost the, move up to the table so that we won't lose it again. If at first you don't succeed, okay, so put that, come down here, we're going to put our chain through. Have to pull it further apart. Maybe if we go in from the back. Look, there, we did it. We did it. We did it. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and put this back on the chain. Okay, see if I can hold it enough to move it over. Okay, there, we got it together. Chains on there so we can go ahead and clamp this together. Can't see. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now I also want to go ahead and pull my Coca-Cola back down. Pull my cap back down. Okay. So there is that much of the charm. Let's go ahead and push this down all the way around the edge. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and add some more glossy accents. Okay, if you get bubbles, you go ahead and pop them with a straight pin. You can also tap it. Okay, or a needle. So that is our first charm, and I can go ahead and I can attach it either to the ring up there. I will probably attach it to the front of my thing here, but we're going to go ahead and let that dry. So there is our first charm. I love it. Okay, so next we are going to do a fabric bead, and we are going to use our I have this twisty tie. Okay, so it's like a wire, and I don't remember what it had on it, but we're gonna go ahead and move it around. Okay, so I want to straighten this out. Okay, so you see how it's got. Okay, and then we can go over something. I'm looking for something that's, yeah, here we go. The smaller than a pen is what I was looking for. Okay, so just to help to get the good round, and then I can go ahead and twist that off. Okay, and then I'm going to come down here and figure out how big I want this. Okay, and twist that off. Okay, and then I'm going to bring my twist around. I don't want to use these. I want to use my really, oh, how about wire cutters? Because I think okay, so if we come to here, okay, and there we go. Okay, then we can take our fabric and decide. I think I want it to go sideways, and I'm going to go ahead and measure it. Okay, and I'm going to want to add some glue here. I'm going to use the fabric tack. That's straight. Get that straight. Straighter. Anyway. Oh, my bubble's not moving. Okay, so we'll use our Tombow Mono liquid glue. Okay. And I'm probably at least going to want to go this far. So in this challenge, you're able to use all your tools, which is nice. So I'm going to just take this and I'm going to wrap this just like that. Okay. That'll give me a bead about that size. Okay, now, you know, I think we'll keep going. Whoop, wrong glue. I think we'll go all the way, then we don't waste any, right? Okay. It's gonna give us a big chunky bead. Okay, and we'll go ahead and wrap that around. And we have in here, we have this from the onion, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this. Let's attach it down at the bottom. Okay, so we are going to need, I'm just going to use some messy thread here. That's not one of my cool needles. So I get these needles, the easy threading needles. I get them, oop, I remember I'm using, try it a second time. I can use my binding kit, so. Here I have strings that I cut off tags just randomly. Oh no, where'd the needle go? I don't need much. I just need to be able to. Okay. And I'm going to go through down here towards the end of this. Okay. And then come back up here. And I'm going to actually tie this one on. So I think that using the Just Junk, using what you've got, is really one of the most fun, and having to actually use your brain and creativity to come up with things. This looks like a, it reminds me of a fishing lure fly thing. Okay, I'm not going to be able to tie it in a bow, so I'm trying to tie it in as many knots as I can. And I'll just, there we go. Okay, so that is, I love it. Now, if we were allowed to use bling, you could go ahead and bling this out, or stringing, like this would be really cool, to be able to string some of the little beads onto it and putting them in there, and you just attach your wire here, put your beads on it, wrap it around, attach your wire down here. After you've wrapped it around, it turns out really, really cool. So for wrapping, we could use a twisty tie. We could go ahead and let's try that. We can try this. I don't know if this will. It depends on how brittle this is. Oh, good. But you could also take this and wrap. Okay, and wrap that. If you're here at the premiere, I'm waving hi. And say hello to Lucy. Hi, Lucy. I'm so glad you joined us today. If this is your first Dear Julie premiere, just know that we use the premiere format so that we can have this live chat. So you can join us in the live chat by hitting that live chat button. Come on over, say hello, introduce yourself, so we can get to know you better. We do this every day at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time, and we are able to ask questions and check in and just enjoy each other's company while we're all watching the video as it premieres for the first time together. We also have our Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Facebook group. You can join us there and post your projects and get to know each other even a little better. It is our hub and where we're able to send you out for more information and goodies. And don't forget, there is a free digital kit in the file section while we are home, safer at home. So go in, download that, and it's actually a great kit. We made the journal Catching Butterflies with that kit. I will post the link to that playlist at the end of this video. I did a beginner's junk journal series in 2020 that we made 6 journals start to done, every single part, and you can watch that there. So don't forget, today at 3 o'clock we have our VIP. If you finished your December journal and on time and posted it in the appropriate places, you have been invited to the VIP and cannot wait to see you there. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. If there is a problem with the internet or we get disconnected, just know we will reschedule for 3 o'clock next Wednesday, the 27th. Let's get back to our program. Okay, so that's using the raffia and wrapping it. This was the end of the onion bag. One of the onion bags. We had several. So there we've made a fabric charm. I don't know if I might want some more color on it. But anyway, there's a fabric charm with our little onion dilly bobber down there. And this could go like this and hang and be a second piece of that also. Okay, so we have that. And then for our third one, I thought we would do a fabric, or I mean a paper bead. Okay, so we are going to want to add our double-sided tape. Okay, to the edge of this paper because it's like the coolest paper ever. And this is from my Pioneer Woman magazine that I've been using. Okay, so we have this, one of the really cool things in this magazine is these edges of her pages. So we'll go ahead and grab this edge. Okay. And if you want a straight bead, then you can go ahead. I'm cutting off this where the tape went off the side. Okay. If you want a straight bead, then you just go ahead with the straight paper. But if you want it to have some dimension, then you're going to want to have it gradually get smaller. Okay, so like that. Okay, so now we need to make another bead casing. I'm going to go ahead and make it out of this because we have this left, and you know I don't want to have anything left. Now this time I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around tight at the neck. Okay, and I think it's like gonna just be like barely the perfect size. Okay. Maybe needed something even smaller for my ring. It's okay. Go And we've got the wire was not all the way to the end on this piece. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and pull this up. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just pulling that. Okay, now we'll have that. Now the fun part, making sure the tape is sticking to this but coming off. Oh. Okay, so we have, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now you can just use glue on, but since we were already using our double-sided tape works really good too. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. The thing is, with the double-sided tape, you really don't have any play. Now we're going to just roll our bead, or roll our paper. Around and around. Of course, you'd be able to make several beads like that were just skinny little beads. Okay, so now you want to stay towards the center. Okay, because our bead is starting to come in. Okay, and there's our little bead. Okay, so, and we put it on a little wire so that it's already ready to be attached to our, it can go on a paper clip. Remember, you're going to be able to use the paper clips from your binding kit. Okay, so so this one can just, it can actually go onto a paper clip. And we can go ahead and attach one of those other onion pieces onto it, and that would hang off, or it can, you know, so, but you're going to want to have something else on there, or maybe not. Okay, you do want to make sure that your tape went all the way to the end. Mine did not, so we need to cut that. There we go. There we go. So there's our little charm. And there's this one. I actually like it without the raffia, but that gives you an idea of how you can add something to it. So I'm going to take the raffia off this though, just so you know. So when you see it and it doesn't have the raffia on it, you can go, oh yeah, she took the raffia off. Okay. So there's that, and there's that one. Okay. And again, you can attach it with a paper clip or with your twisty tie, or you can just tie this one. You could tie it on something. But there are our 3 charms and our tassel. Okay, so a tassel and 3 charms for my journal. I might make more to add them in. We'll see. Also, I have that. I still have these pieces, and you guys, this was a big necklace, but I've used pieces of it already, and so I wanted this to be real trash. I mean, that I'm not going to use. I want to use these, so we'll use those up also, hopefully. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see those of you for the VIP at 3 o'clock, as long as our internet and everything's working. If there is a problem, we will reschedule for 3 o'clock next Wednesday. This is for our VIP for the December. Those that finish the December challenge, the VIP is today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I posted the group information in the December challenge. And so go there if you finished so that you can join us. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.